really listen for the subtlety. Cool is like, yeah, he's okay with it. Cool is he's pissed off at it.
We in there. Trunks and Vegeta's fuse, cool. Get in there.
Jiren?
Yep.
No. Anything Jiren is like, nah. My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it.
You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing to Ganon. Because if you, no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really that
I'm just imagining,
strong?
like, just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school. You almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking.
So dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sick.
keep willing out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
so they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It is
it's
all
amazing.
it is.
Can we talk
It
about
is-
Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's the, you know. That was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing. And then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh,
The-
did you
The
see
accent
the Reddit,
is the thing.
Uh-huh.
see the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and
Oh, great.
micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, "So where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing, so we can place the animals there in post." And he goes, we'll figure it out. Just get this shot of shooting."
Hmm.
Great.
And there's like 5 stories of that.
We'll just
Interesting.
we'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, "I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise." So he's thinking this is gonna be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it, which would be very sad for Downey, I feel like. He'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
Oh, he doesn't.
Need it.
He's-
This
he's
dude
made his
is
money.
doing. This is a passion project out there.
Yeah.
He's just like, whatever, friggin' dog movie, polar bear, let's rock it.
Yeah,
He don't need this.
He's set for life.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's 100% done.
if they just go, this guy's eating 5 devil fruits, nobody wants to see that. Because it's such a
you
drop
say
from
that.
the Oda quality.
You say that.
You say that, BG, 'cause we got Jinbei fans out there.
You have
Pumping
Jinbei
they fist.
stands out there. People who stand
Everybody
Jinbei.
wants to see SS5 Goku.
Everybody's waiting for that next one.
I think people just want Super Saiyan 4 back.
Oh, definitely. It's the best form. It's the best form.
It's the best form.
I just
But
on that
Go
note,
ahead.
you guys just put out the first episode of A New Revisited.
Oh, it was so fun. It
Was it,
wasn't
DA?
fun at all.
Was it?
I got so angry, and I'm like, I hate feeling this way. And then I just got drained of energy. I'm like, well, at least I know that I'm not a murderer or anything. It's like, all right, take me in, officer. I did it. 'Cause I just got drained for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta keep the energy up, and I'm just like, oh, BG, go on a huge rant. And BG's like, well, that sucks. Pause, look at me. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh no.
Take the ball, BG.
Oh no. No, sir.
You
Because
dribbling the rest of this shot clock out, my friend.
The issue with that was you went 4.5 minutes. We played about 20 seconds. I went for maybe 40 seconds, and then you jumped right back in. So I'm like, oh, he's got more in him. And then for the beginning of part 2, you go on another rant.
Oh.
And then you just, for like 5 minutes, go, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, he threw.
Oh, he used it all up. He got nothing left.
You threw it all at
I'm
the
not
spirit
an
bomb and still
I'm
had
not an
14
angry
more episodes to
person.
go.
But this dude was talking all this hot nonsense.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And I just exploded like 3 times. And then I just went. And it wasn't like fun. Genlock sucks. Oh my goodness. This was like, dude, you're doing stuff that legitimately pisses me off.
He was so mad.
Did y'all see that updated Sonic?
Yes.
I was
No.
gonna get to that after this.
Okay.
We stand with movies.
all right. Yes, he looks so much better.
Look good.
Oh, what
It
happened,
looks
DA?
big good.
You were the one talking about.
No, I said it looked fine. Now
Uh-huh.
I'm saying it looks good.
Bruh,
I never said that looked good.
bruh,
I was on the fine train.
that train was a crashing because he wasn't fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't okay.
We still doing this.
He wasn't a 5.56.
We still doing.
He was a 2.
That is
That looks so much
very
better.
correct.
It looks so much better.
I said there was always room for improvement.
You're
That I always said.
There was
that.
only room for improvement. That was a lead titanium inlaid fucking ground you had to dig to get worse.
It wasn't going to be worse, kid.
Google was saying how their technology is going to be so advanced that they're going to have something called negative latency, which doesn't fucking exist.
Mm-hmm.
Latency, by its very definition, is delay. You can't go negative with delay. It's no longer latency at that point. And at that point, too, what they're saying is the game is going to play itself. So, BG, if you for some reason decided to get Stadia and got Mortal Kombat for it and wanted to be the best online at Google Stadia Mortal Kombat, your inputs will be predicted. How does that make you feel?
It ain't going to happen. So, who cares?
Oh no, I
That's like
think that technology could feasibly happen. I just think it's stupid.
I don't think it could because
Like
I feel
think
like to be.
it's not going to be
What?
stupid accurate, but like based upon how you're playing the game, trends of like how you play certain things, and like it gathering information, I can totally see an algorithm guessing what you're going to press, and like I would assume there's probably like contingencies where it do like 1 or 2 inputs or 1 and 2 commands. Say if you're like pressing a bunch of buttons and then stopped, it would do like 3 more things and then stop when it realized, oh, you're not sending shit in, like you're not inputting stuff anymore.
Yeah, no, that's not.
I just
gonna
don't
work
think
for
it's
fighting game.
Yeah,
That's not
or
gonna,
shooters.
if you're playing a shooter and you get shot to the side, are you gonna run? Are you gonna turn around and try to shoot back? Are you gonna jump? Are you gonna duck? We don't know. So whatever. Just this is what we think based on your data.
Yeah, I mean technically too. That kind of technology has existed in shooters for decades. They're called aimbots, and it's true.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I want to talk about it so bad.
I'm so glad y'all suffered with me. A little later than I'd like, but you guys experienced
So
it.
again, it's like for me, suffering is a strong term. There is just utter fucking confusion is where I'm at right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, can we get like a brief overview then?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, we need
Okay.
to save it. We need to save it.
Okay.
I'm just leaving it at that. Utter fucking confusion.
Can I say one thing about this? And I don't know if BG knows about this or not. You know that superhero at the end where he came in and the biggest, baddest robot, and then he's in a coma at the end? You know who voiced him? The dude whose idea was that whole series. That
No,
was
he
his
implanted-
baby.
He implanted himself.
Yes,
That was
as the
Gray?
That's Gray. He was the biggest monster hero there, where they're just standing over his body, just going, you saved us all, sir. You sure are awesome."
Oh no.
That was him.
So when everyone was
He
accusing
just went,
Miles of
I'm
doing
the hero.
Oh no.
We will talk about this.
Oh no.
I am excited, and it's just something like I experienced it, and it is just welling up inside, and I need it to get the fuck out of me to talk about it.
It's so good.
Oh boy. We were just talking about some of the wonderful Dragon Ball Hero stuff that has come out recently.
Legit wonderful.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself. You're only allowing these people to just make more of this with this secret Saiyan who's stronger than freaking SS Blue Vegito.
Cool.
And he's just in the shadows and never mentioned and in his secret prison.
Cool.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode, I believe, 218. Again,
Our apologies for starting late.
Yeah. So, right before we started, BG and DA's brothers came in and had a very interesting and spirited discussion. You guys can say what it is. I won't say it, but
It was just about sex. It was just like how many partners is too many bodies, how many bodies is too many, and whether sex or love feels better and all types of crap like that. And they were like, real quick. And then 10 minutes later, we were still talking about it.
And I was there to witness the entire thing. It was beautiful.
That's not even like top 5 of the discussions.
I kept wanting to be so like because it was mostly BG and his two brothers. For a while, I just wanted to be like, DA, what do you think?
I no, because I am a very stringent person with time. So I'm just like, we set a time and we got a time, and why are we doing this right now? I'm just trying to like push them out the door, like, hey yo, this ain't the time for
Yeah,
this.
like if a meeting starts at
There's-
10 and it's like 10:07 and the person starting them, he's like, come on, what the
But BG and Ralph, they're just like, hey, party time. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where.
It's not party
It's
time.
go time.
It's just like I get into the discussion and I lose the track because I'm like, dang, this discussion is hitting. That's my problem.
Hey DA, it's a list exist time at 3:00. I show up at 3:00. Oh yeah, let me download this video real quick.
I mean, that happens.
It's like Triton, I am one of those people. I tend to be late all the damn time, except for this.
I am early with everything. I do not remember the last time that I was late on anything willingly. It was probably like this podcast when I was like, I gotta take a bus home or something like that.
Yeah, if it's something like kind of outside of my
that's
control,
out of my hands.
yeah.
I know
But if I can help it, I will leave 2 hours early to get there on time.
I know on this podcast, DA has talked about how, like, when we wake up in mornings to go to convention, so if we lag behind, he's just like,
Oh, dude, you don't know how many times I've just sat there silently seething at y'all.
Oh,
Which, I mean,
I've seen it.
As the shower is just open and everybody's just sitting there, I'm like, somebody get in that shower.
Yeah, I've looked over at him like, oh no. And I don't want to be nudging nobody like, hey, yo, shower.
Somebody get in that shower. Y'all just talking.
Now it's to the point where as long as it's like financially viable, you just leave.
Oh yeah, I'll just peace out. There's been plenty of times where I'm just like, oh, y'all playing, huh?
Y'all not really about it. I got you.
All right, yeah, y'all can just follow me whenever. Hey, D, it's time to go home. Not for me, it ain't. I'll catch up.
So speaking of which, Ralph is late.
What?
I know, it's shocking.
What?
Less shock.
No, why? It's gonna be something horrible, and we're gonna feel bad.
I won't.
Bro, my car flipped like 97 times.
All right, let me explain to y'all why I got one arm.
Oh boy. So as sadly this is somewhat of a segue where it's like something horrible happened. So before you guys give your little snarky remark on the last bit of this, I do have something to say. Well, Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, wear your fucking mask and get vaccinated. And I'm being a little bit more terse right now because a close family friend caught COVID. Thankfully, I found out maybe an hour or two ago, she is going to a smaller ventilator, but last night she was brought to the ICU and was in critical condition on a ventilator.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about that. No jokes here.
Yeah, like, this shit is
Bad
serious.
things are only funny once you know everybody's
Once
okay.
it's completely done, it's just like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
When Amber was just like, I fucked up my ankle, I'm like, fantastic.
But and it's just the thing is this family friend, her family has been calling it a hoax, has been questioning the vaccine. Like, again, this is a close family friend, love her to death. Some decisions were made that led to this. And I am thankful she is seemingly coming out of it. I'm very happy about that. Hopefully this is a horrible, horrible learning experience. Wear your mask, get vaccinated, people.
Yeah.
On that note, so swerve back into, okay, and this completely make fun of me. Got my second vaccine this past week, this previous Monday. And, you know, the joke, I was like, oh man, it's going to hit me hard, it's going to hit me hard. Boy! Did deck me in the nuts.
Oh no.
It's like a computer when it goes into low power mode. Like, all right, we pulling all the resources only into the important things.
Yeah. Like, got it. A couple hours later, arm hurt like it did the first time. I'm like, all right, cool. And a bunch of my
Man,
coworkers.
that arm hurting is no kind of joke.
Yeah,
Really?
you couldn't lift your arm past like your shoulder, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's basically it swells and is so painful, and it's just you just have an extra lump that you cannot move past.
And it's not like it's like a
Yeah.
And that's like the worst thing because there's so much movement that you can't do because every time you just like, oh, let me grab this mouth.
Oh yeah, it's just like when my finger was up and I was just like, it's amazing how many things you don't think about that uses like your middle finger.
So yeah, like I said, this is fine, but any sort of motion like this,
And you don't even want to use the correct arm to use demonstrate.
So it is.
Are you a
it's completely better now.
Okay.
So that it was the right arm.
Are you a side sleeper or are you a back sleeper? Or
I am a side sleeper, and I wanted it specifically in my right arm because I always sleep on my left side.
good choice.
That is just like I know what side that I always sleep on.
Really?
It's always I will be turning towards my TV, and I'm like I will be awake. I cannot go to sleep if I'm on my right side, but the second I hit my left, it's just like Snoresville.
Yeah.
Really?
Same
Yeah,
here.
it's very odd like that.
Mine is.
I need the left.
Mine is. This is just add it to the list of things that are wrong with Mike. But when I try to sleep on my right side, it's immediate acid reflux. Immediate.
Ugh.
Yeah. Did they diagnose that or anything with your sleep study, or it was
Nope.
just like, hey, you live with that, homie. You rock that.
Well, that
Bro,
would
we
be
don't
so.
know
We
what's
got nothing.
happening.
That would
Hey,
be
guess
more,
what? This the Mike Nowak disease. We rock it like that.
That'd be more an ENT.
Are
thing,
you
like-
know what?
But back to COVID vaccine. So my coworkers that had gotten it already, they're like 12 to 48 hour mark. Like that's the time. If you get anything, it is in that window. And almost 12 hours on the dot.
Ooh.
I was just like, ooh. Like I think I like went downstairs to get some water and it was like, whoa. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
I get into bed and I can already feel fever coming on. Take my temperature. I'm like,
Oh no.
100 degrees. Yep, that seems right. I barely got sleep that night. Had crazy, like just random as fuck fever dreams where like I don't even like some of them were like video game based, but it was just like whenever you have those like crazy fever dreams where you're like focusing on like the stupidest shit in the dream of like variables on like a trajectory of something you like it just like utter nonsense that is just like your brain is on fire and then just like you wake up and like shit, go back to sleep, try and go back to sleep, and I was just sweating and gross and all this stuff. Just I did not get any sleep that night. And then basically just I had the body aches, I had the fever, I had just the utter weakness, just the fatigue, and I was just dead to the world. There's at one point where I remember I like looked at the clock. It was like 1:10, 1:11 or something like that. And I just remember like having basically like a waking fever dream where just my mind went on a tangent, just had this like really obtuse thought just going back and forth in my head. I'm like, oh man, that must have taken a while. I looked down, 3 minutes had passed. I'm like, today is going to last forever.
That's the worst where you're just like, oh no.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the middle of the night, like I'm wide awake, 3 o'clock. Oh no.
Yeah. It was just, and like fell asleep a couple times. And honestly, your guys' ranking,
Somebody just slid in.
re-ranking. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Pizza.
Yeah, okay. Re-ranking what?
Your guys' shonen re-ranking stream. kept like I was about to fall asleep, and I'm like, yeah, let's just try and watch this. Like I don't want to fall asleep again because I want to try and fall asleep tonight. So that actually kept me up. But yeah, Monday was, or that would have been Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday was just dead to the world. I could not have done anything. Like even like, I'm like, man, I'd really like to play video games right now. That's not happening.
No, you wouldn't. Body says.
If I was Pokemon Snap, I probably could have played because that's chill. If it were out at that point, but like I was playing Nier Replicant, and that you need to kind of be able to focus and do things. And yeah, it was that wasn't happening. Wednesday was feeling better, but still had like a fever and what have you. And then Thursday, I didn't have a fever, but I was fever-ish. Basically, I like my body temperature regulation was just not there. So I was just like, if I like was just sitting on my couch with, just, no blanket or anything, I was cold as shit. Like, just completely shivering. I'd put a blanket on. Then I'd start sweating. And then my sweat would get cold. And I'd start shivering. And it was just terrible. I'm like, this just sucks. Like, I feel fine. And I just am gross. I have to change clothes, like, every 3 hours. Because I'm just sweating constantly. So, yeah, get your vaccine, everybody.
Fun time. This is the endorsement for it.
Mike is the anomaly because he's just constantly at a 3 on 10. So.
And this is the dumb thing. My mom got her second vaccine on Thursday. And you'd think, genetics. She'll probably have bad things. She was fine. She got tired.
There's nothing worse than looking next to you and going, oh, not you too? Just me? Cool.
Oh, Mike, I got gymnastics class at 1 and trumpeting class at 3. I'm doing great. Ma.
Hey, maybe I can do both at the same time.
Like she was concerned because she was babysitting my 2 nieces, and like that's a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. Like that's full time, just back and forth. Grammy, look at me. Grammy, look at me. Vying for the attention. She was fine. Babysat. No big deal. She was just a little tired. I'm like, I'm happy for you, Mom.
Nah, I wouldn't be. You. There's sometimes you can have happiness for somebody. This ain't one of them times. I'm suffering, you suffer.
Oh boy. So yeah, it's so random the people that get it too, because I've had a bunch of friends that basically got all the same shit that I did, and then some other friends that, got the same thing my mom did, where it's just like, oh, I'm just tired. I'm like, why?
You know how and why, Mike.
You know what's
You're
up.
Constantly at a 3.
You know
No, I'm just
After every con, you go through a month and a half of recovery.
I'm not talking about me specifically. I'm just saying, like, in general, it's just like, why is it such a great disparity between people?
Because usually it's probably people like you.
I don't know.
Post-con sickness is a true thing.
I don't know if there's anyone like me.
I mean, your immune system's ability to fight things comes into play here too.
Sure. Again,
But
I'm
got
not
my
more
both me and my friend, we both got our first doses, and she was laid up with like sick for a week. I had a sore arm for 16 hours, and I was fine.
But yeah, my first dose was fine.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's same house, same dose, same shot. Completely different reactions. It has to just do with you personally.
Yeah, but she's a woman. So you know how they get. Oh, I'm sick. Where's my dinner?
Racist DA is
Where'd that
upgrading to
feel?
racist and sexist DA. Here we go. Warp Digivolve.
I didn't know their race.
Now you know.
Please don't say Polynesian, because I hate them. That's a safe race to hate, because it's like, nobody know no Polynesians.
I thought it was like Australian or New Zealand. That's who you hated.
Oh yeah, them too.
Australia especially.
Stay over there.
Stay over there.
Boy, that's the presidential campaign if I ever heard one. King 2024. Stay over there.
Wow. Okay.
Stay over there. We don't want you.
That sounds legitimately terrible. That sounds just so savage. It's not a threat. It's not a command. It's not a request. It's just a statement. Stay over there.
Wow.
His inner Trump supporters coming out strong, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Oh man.
So did you
No
see?
longer build the wall. Stay over there.
Did you see how he's just now like for a crowd of like tens of people at the market?
Fantastic.
It's just like
He's still giving. That man got so much to give. And it's the select few who are willing to receive it. If I were one of them 10 to 13 people, I'd be clapping my head off.
I want to rephrase your statement, that are willing to afford it.
That too.
Because
I'd get a job mopping up there just to touch the hem of his robe.
you say that like they offering you a job. Oh boy. So, going
Ridiculous.
into just random news tidbits. Anyone else here playing new Pokemon Snap besides me?
No.
No, none of us own a Switch. Man.
You fool. Yes, we do.
Yeah, you do.
We have 2 Switches in this house alone.
I got too much on my plate. I don't want to add something else.
Oh, okay. Dude.
I'm still backlogging my butt off.
It is so good.
Yeah, I didn't want to get spoiled too much, so I only watched like the first stage, and I'm like, yep, this is it.
I was like, right now I'm going through, there's like the requests that you get for like in each of the different levels. So I was like starting at the first couple levels and getting all the requests. And just the one, like some of the like little surprises and like the things you had to do in the old game where it's like, you know, get Magikarp to here, Mankey hits it over a mountain, you get Magikarp into the waterfall, turns into a Gyarados. Like, it, like that kind of stuff is back, and just I am so happy with this game right now. And
yeah, it looks great.
It's restarting these stupid conversations of like, oh man, but it's only like not even 10 gigabytes, so why is it $60? Like,
what space now is what says how much something
a game is worth. A game's worth is totally derived by your enjoyment of it. It's not file size, it's not graphics, it's not any of that bullshit.
Nothing but enjoyment.
Like,
a game's quality is not determined by your enjoyment, but its worth absolutely is.
Yes.
Did you get $60 of enjoyment out of that? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, then shut up about it.
Yeah.
No? Then you have a problem. Wait next time.
Like, I remember seeing stuff like, oh man, Final Fantasy VII Remake's 80 gigabytes. It's like, sure, and Mario Odyssey was like 8. What?
Skyrim was like 3.
Yeah. You can get hours upon hours of entertainment. Like, Skyrim can fit on a fucking fridge. Like,
yeah.
So that stuff is annoying as shit to me. But yeah, highly, highly, highly. If you enjoyed the original Pokemon Snap at all, you will love this game. Or none.
Yeah. I'll wait a week or two, and then Nintendo, they'll slash it 50% off, and I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is still $60.
Maybe 3 weeks tops.
I think
I could buy a brand new copy of God of War for $5.
Man, I was looking like, all right, I just want to play a Muso game. Let me download the first Zelda game. Still $60. I'm like, that's old. There's a sequel out. What are y'all doing, Nintendo? Y'all ain't trying to help nobody.
I'm trying to help that bottom line, them pockets. Because you know what? You ain't getting it nowhere else, baby. So shell out them $60 or shut up.
Kick rocks.
I don't care if you don't buy it. 5 other people gonna buy it. Oh, you gonna buy it too? Cool. 6 people bought it now. Shut up.
Other game I'm playing, which I forget if I talked about it last week. Near Replicant, still playing that. It's giving me them vibes. There was a in the first area the main area that you're in, music starts playing, and it's like some very soft, like nice music, and then you walk to this square, and one of the like important characters of this game is there with like a little guitar, and as you approach the square, you start hearing her sing, and it's one of the big songs that is from this game, but then they brought over into Nier Automata, and it was like, shit, they got me already. Music in the game is very good. Combat is very good. Some things are dated because it basically was a faithful remake. They didn't really add too much from the original Nier when it came out. So there's like old RPG fetch quests and stuff and what have you. But I've been enjoying myself so far, and it's been hard splitting my time between it and Pokemon. But
no matter what you do with a remake, somebody's unhappy.
Oh yeah.
Either you stayed as faithful to the original as possible, and people are like, you're not adding or doing anything new, or you do a bunch of new stuff or change some stuff up, and people are like, this isn't the original. What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm like, I know like later like end game stuff. Apparently there's a secret boss from Automata that I don't know what it is. I have not spoiled myself. I'm just trying to see if I can get it myself before I have to look up how to get it. But yes, enjoying those. And then the other big thing, which I have not played yet, but I've been seeing, Returnal is getting stupid good reviews.
Stupid good reviews and stupid big hate.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because there's no save.
Oh yes. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So you could play 2 hours and die, and it's just like, start over, you piece of shit. And people like, oh no.
Well, no, I think
I'm not.
I think at that point it saves, air quotes. Where it doesn't save is on a run.
That's what I'm saying.
Before you die. So say you're like 2 hours in, you're going through the procedurally generated dungeons, what have you, you need to stop. You can't save there. You have to die and start over.
You can go in sleep mode, but that sometimes doesn't work because Sony pushed the update and that restarted the PS5, which means
your power goes out.
You lost it. Or your power goes out. Some people's power blinks out for a hot second doing rolling brownouts. Oh, you just lost an hour 40 minutes.
Yep.
There was somebody that said a good solution would be an autosave, and once you load that autosave, it deletes the autosave.
Yeah, I saw that. That would be smart.
That way people aren't just auto-saving for free and just like feel just like 17 saves. It's just like, maybe I want to go back to this point. You get one, you load it, it's dead.
Yeah, Triton. Minecraft, I think, starts at 1 gigabyte, but as soon as you start exploring, that just procedurally increases for as long as it wants.
Oh yeah.
I'm good with no saves. Like, I remember the original Resident Evil 2. I played through that whole thing. It was like 2.5 hours. I beat that whole thing without saving.
There was something that I had recently. I don't remember the game I was playing, but like it was something along the lines I lost like an hour or so of progress, and it was like an older game, and I'm like, I remember this.
Oh, no, that's when you put it on the back burner for 4 months.
Yep.
And then just forget where you were, so you restart anyway.
There's so many times where I did that, where it's just like it's 5 hours into a gameplay session, game freezes, it's like you turn the game off, you walk away.
Yeah, for me, it was very recently when our power went off and I was playing Persona Strikers. And I was just like, I was just playing, just chilling, whatever. In the back of your mind, like, you got that little voice that's just like, I should save. So it's like, yeah, right after this cutscene. Click, I just went, no. And then once it came back on, I was just like, this was 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I can understand. It's. I don't know if you would get more mad at a mistake you did or something that's just out of your control. Because something out of your control, you're just like, I just gotta accept it. I'm not gonna play it for like a month, but I just gotta accept that happened. Something where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna just fight this and creature, and it wipes you out. Like I'm pissed at stuff like that. Like I should be beating you. What happened?
Yeah.
How can I go without saves? Done it before. I'll do it again.
Well, go without saves. Like, what do you mean by that? Because that's
Auto saves. I don't need them.
okay.
Like checkpoints and stuff.
Save
Yeah, I don't need 'em.
points, like where you go to save. Yes.
Yeah, it depends on how long the game takes, actually. If it's like a 2-hour game, I don't necessarily need saves in it.
Yeah.
But if it's like a 17-hour RPG, yes, I need to save.
Yes.
And boy, unskippable cutscenes, get them out of here. Do you know how many times I had to watch Seymour Guado?
One after another.
Just do that over and over and over again. Just let me skip your cutscenes. I understand you want people to see the story, but I seen it. I died. I don't need to see it ever again.
I think I told this story in the podcast before, where I was playing the official Star Wars Phantom Menace game, where I kept dying to Darth Maul. Did I tell this?
That sounds accurate. Yeah.
Like, yeah, where I kept dying to the point where, and this is for you youngins, this is in the time of VHS tapes, where my mom came in. It's like, stop rewinding the VHS. You're going to ruin it. I'm like, no, it's a video game, Mom. I'm just dying.
I just suck, Mom. Okay. Dang, Mom. Dang, Mikey, you must really like that part. No, Mom, I'm dying. Dang.
Last thing, and I kept forgetting to talk about this, but this thing happened again. So I've been telling DA about this, but in Smash right now, I have had this string of playing pro players over the last like 2 to 3 weeks, where I've now faced either randomly on Elite Smash or in bracket like 6 pros, and so there's ESAM, which that was a while ago, but in bracket recently I faced the best Ike online right now and got demolished. What wasn't even close. Like, this man, I was an open book, and was just getting it. Like, because like with ESAM, it was just pure oppression, and he just kept approaching, and he was just holding forward the entire time, and I couldn't breathe. With Yez, who's the best icon online right now, basically anything I tried smacked me away with the sword. Everything I tried.
He was just like, yep, here it comes. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're going to do your 4B? All right, cool.
Yeah, just, I could not do anything. And the thing with Yez is this man is so positive. So he gets done whipping my ass. And so 2-0'd, and I just go, yep, that went as expected. GG's. And he's like, GG's, man. Keep working at it. I know you can do good. I'm like, oh. Like,
I never. You get GG's and that's it. Because it's nothing worse than just be like, you were so close.
Keep it up, buddy. It's like, nah. If you want to do something like that, be like, hey, Ike's forward smash is a little bit faster than Ridley's this or this. Try to avoid doing that a little bit, because I noticed that you were relying on that a little bit too much. If you do that, you probably would have had me 1 or 2 times.
Nope.
No,
even that's too far. Because people will be like, this mother beat the out of me, and now he gonna give me advice. You.
All right, that's what I
see. This is what I always do. I go, good games. Would you like some advice? No? Okay, cool. Good games.
That seems kind of similar.
So the thing,
No,
at least with
it's a
Yez,
question.
at least with Yez, I knew he was a super positive guy. Like I'd seen him on streams and stuff like that, and I knew he was a positive guy. So like that, sure, and connection was good. What have you? If it was like some laggy ass banjo, and he tried to be positive with me after 2-0ing me, I would say
no.
fuck off.
Dude, I got nothing to say to you.
Yeah,
It's one of them. It's one of them. You're wrapping up your controller as they got their hand out for a handshake, and you're not looking at them, not
You're
noticing
thinking
their
ahead.
presence.
Bro, that salt is so delicious every time.
yeah. But other pros, I've now faced oh no, I didn't. I faced the best offline Incineroar. I randomly matched up with him online. Close-ish matches because it's Incineroar. But he definitely tried to style on me a couple times. I'm just like, okay. I ran into
Tried to and succeeded, Mike. Let's be honest.
Oh no, he tried to do the suicide up B off stage to kill me. He did not get me. Because I saw him do it to someone live, and I knew what he was doing as he was doing it. I've ran into the best Donkey Kong online, Chunky Kong. Closer-ish match, but he definitely was trying to schmoove, doing fancy movement stuff.
Yeah, there's some times where you can feel like, okay, you just playing, and then I love beating them when they're just playing around. I'm like, you could have avoided this.
Mm-hmm.
You fool.
And then this past Wednesday, I've faced Mr. E, who is one of the best Lucinas, at least he was offline. Don't know how well he is in the online rankings, but I got 2-0'd. However, it was much closer than I thought it was going to be. Both games
3-0, but close.
both games were last stock, and especially the second game was last stock, last hit. I made there's a point in the match that I can point to. I'm just like, if I would have held, I had him on the ledge, and I ran up, he did a normal get up, and I forward smashed, and I let it rip a little too early.
Mike, you cannot hold on to those. They will destroy you. Do you know how many tournaments I've been through where I was just like, dang, if I just would have did this, and I'm up in my hotel room by myself while everybody down there having fun, and I'm just looking up at the ceiling going, if I had just did this.
Well, I don't think I would have won the match. It was just like...
I don't care!
And I'm not like... This isn't like a fuming thing. It's just like, that was just a moment I'm like, that could have been. But after that, a few
neutral... going to a tournament with this shit.
Yeah, a few neutral interactions later, he ends up winning. But just like, I was just like, wow, that actually was more competitive than I thought it was going to be. Yay me. I'm improving. But yeah, it's cool to see, like, because, you know, you face random people, and then, like, I think, like, 3 matches after I faced Mr. E, which is a great connection, great match, I ran into the laggiest Palutena in the world, and just got airplaned to death that I couldn't do anything about. It was just dumb.
GG's! Just keep working at it!
Fuck you. So, like, that's
dang,
the stuff
look at this salt monster, y'all. Scrub quotes.
That's the stuff that I get salty about. Like, having a good, competitive, fun match, no problems. But yeah, as I'm just now entering Wi-Fi tournaments weekly, and just now I'll probably have more opportunity to face good people and what have you. DA, with you not doing anything, you should start entering these tournaments too.
That would be a good idea. That sounds.
That didn't sound like a very certain
Start streaming y'all in matches.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all play like once or twice a week, and it's just like screaming and fun and funny, and it's just like there's nobody ever watching this.
We haven't played in a little bit since my last stream, and I just haven't had the time.
But that's going to make it even better. Kicking off Rust is so good to watch.
Oh no. I am... Yes, I want to do that more. I just haven't had the time to do it.
If you've got time to play, you've got time to stream.
Not necessarily, because you could just be like, I know I have to be here at this place at this time, so I'm gonna play this for 45 minutes and then I'm gonna be out. Then you got to be like, okay,
Who says you have to stream for X amount of time? You can do for how long you want to do it.
No, it's like I got to set up for 10
No.
minutes. I got to do this. I got to
Quick,
do this.
no commentary stream.
Yeah, that's it.
Watch that.
I used to get people watching me just play 20, 30 viewers.
I would not watch that.
But people came to me for gameplay.
Yeah, you know, exactly. But I would want to put out stuff that I would want to watch, and I would not want to watch that.
Have you seen the views, the King of the Hills I used to do, guys?
I personally don't care. I just told you my mindset.
But I'm just saying, people absolutely watch that.
But I just told you my mindset. I'm not putting out stuff that I personally would not want to watch. That's like people that's just like, hey, buy this Raid Shadow Legends. I don't play that shit. I'm like, why would you accept the money? Well, never mind. That's why.
Funny.
Triton, you are fully you're expecting Nintendo Online to be better than Nintendo Online. There are no settings, there are no ping settings. You just get what you get. And it
could be a 30,000 Wi-Fi monsters in a row.
Exactly.
Nintendo just says, "Oh, you want to play this game online? We don't want it to be online, but here you go."
Yes.
Bro, Nintendo does not deserve to be where they're at.
No, they don't.
Also,
they consistently fight progress.
Games are fun.
Yes, the games are absolutely fun. But the internet infrastructure, the game chats, like everything you would expect in 2021, they're just like at a 2 where everybody else is at like a 7, 8, 9. And they're just like, well, we just gonna keep 2ing it up.
That's fine.
But wanted to swerve.
Minecraft is Microsoft. That's why.
Yes. On Smash Bros. Related things, and I only found out about this because BG retweeted a funny response to this. So last year, as many of you know, there was the Smash Bros. Me Too movement where a bunch of awful shit came out about just a lot of sexual abuse, statutory rape, and what have you in the Smash Bros. Competitive scene. It all kicked off with a young player named Puppe, coming out saying that one of the Smash Bros. Commentators, Senpai, had a sexual relationship with him, where she was in her mid-20s and he was barely 14. Senpai, after that, had been dark. Completely no form of anything from her social media or anything for a year. Then, I believe that would have been Friday?
It was
yesterday. It was yesterday, Saturday. She puts out a tweet basically saying, I
ain't do that, y'all. I ain't do it. Come on. I'm fighting for my life here.
I didn't do this stuff. And put out a legal notice that is about on par with the legal defense that Vic Mignogna was trying to pull, saying people have been saying mean things about me on the internet, and I will sue you if you keep saying mean things about me on the internet. To which
that retweet to favorites is outrageous.
The response from everyone on the internet was amazing. And the one that BG retweeted was the windscreen of Ike just going, "You'll get no sympathy from me." Just so much good stuff in response to it. Just because there's literal video evidence of her getting very handsy with Puppe when he was 15 in the background of a Smash stream. There's legit proof that she had a very, very, very unhealthy power dynamic with this teenager.
Allegedly.
I'm
not trying to get sued. She got a letter.
So yeah, a year of silence into that.
Yeah, I've not seen a single person like, yeah, you defend yourself, you do you. It's all just been like, you sue me.
So yes, that happened.
Like, but I guess it's just like, and it one of these things is, it always goes back to certain things of just like, I'm suicidal, depression, I was abused, things of that nature.
She did say that.
They're trying to get that sympathy on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always just like I did not do these things, but I was abused. So, I'm just saying.
The things
Kinda.
that happen to you are not an excuse for you to do the same thing.
Absolutely
It's-
not.
Same thing happened with Chris Brown. Hit Rihanna. He was like, "Well, his father hit his mother. Okay, and that makes it okay."
Even in the
Like-
same community. That's what Zero tried to do.
Yeah,
Oh, it is what Zero tried to do, isn't it?
And
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, I understand. I have sympathy for you. That's all well and good. But my goodness, you don't need to just put that out there like this.
Yeah.
You're putting this out
Just to get sympathy.
as a defense to allegations of you doing the same and or worse.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. All right.
So, yeah.
Rest.
Oh,
of-
we're still talking about people being horrible.
Okay.
Does anybody remember Super Mario Bros. Z?
Oh no,
No.
I do.
You don't remember this? Yeah,
I
okay.
do.
It was a sprite where it was just like Sonic and Mario, and they were like DBZ characters. And he rebooted it 4 years ago. So he just re-uploaded the reboot, touched up some things. And like episode 2 just came out today and stuff. Heavy anti-Black Lives Matter.
Oh wow, that.
Oh
came out
no.
Heavy
In the
anti-
That is-
episode
that
or
is-
just him?
No, tweets.
Okay.
And then he deleted the tweets
Maybe-
like a coward.
Maybe keep that stuff to yourself.
But they can't. That's the problem. Gino Carano could have been living on Easy Street if she would have just shut her
You
mouth.
had Star Wars Disney money. You had Mandalorian money.
What's wrong with the status quo? I've known plenty of non-white people who were pretty happy here and have had to deal with discriminate. Dude, progressive organizations.
What's wrong? That first sentence. You gotta go. There'll be times where I'm sending a text like, oh, let me reword this a little bit better.
Dude, there's so many times I'll look at a tweet and I'll be forced words into what is probably a 40-word tweet, and I'm just like, nah.
I don't necessarily need this. Let me move this a little bit. You know what? Maybe he did reword it, and that was the best that he had. the first draft was just like, hey, now let me move my clan hood over for a second. But I'm just saying,
Ignore the white hood.
Hold on, let me put out my burning cross.
what have all caps they really done for us?
Are all cats they truly worth equality? I'm not asking for a white ethno state. I'm wanting actual equality. Nowadays, it seems more and more that being a white heterosexual male is frowned upon by these radical movements. Heavy anti-Black Lives
Oh,
Matter.
you're just reading his tweets.
Yes.
Oh shit.
He also compared Black Lives Matter protest to a zombie apocalypse.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just reading the tweet.
Yeah.
Heavy anti-Black Lives Matter.
Wow. That's a shame. I really liked that Flash series.
Oh, it looks like he made his second episode private or something.
Ooh.
'Cause they just went,
Yikes.
no.
Those comments must have been
Oh yeah, he changed it.
Delicious.
Re-uploaded it. Bruh. Heavy.
oh boy. There was also speaking on just drama and what have you. I don't. He's either like a commentator or a journalist or something. But like, you got blocked by this dude. I'm trying to remember.
Richard Lewis.
Yes. I don't know the whole story.
About which one?
Oh, there's multiple.
No. I'm talking about what story are you talking about?
Just that guy.
Oh, the story of he's just a very biased journalist. Like he's heavy against the FGC. He's always pointing things out. He'll reword things. He's just not a very good person.
Okay.
So it's nothing for you particularly. It's just
No. As far as me getting blocked, I assume it was one of those
blockchains.
Yeah, blockchains where it's just like everybody this person is following block them as well. Because I've never tweeted at that man. I've never added that man. I've never replied to a tweet with that man tagged in it.
I got a couple of them.
Bruh, and I'm just looking like, when did you block me and for what reason?
I follow a YouTuber by the name of Mauler who does extremely long content, and people do not like his extremely long content. So there's a couple of blockchains out there, and I'm like, what? I ain't do nothing to you.
I just retweet things all the time. I don't talk.
Yes. Hey, but guess what? When I do talk, I got something to say. Sometimes.
Happy birthday, Haru.
Have you allowed links in the chat yet?
I have not said happy birthday,
For
Haru.
you,
That's
yes.
a little bit.
Okay, cool.
At least I think I did. This could be a good test. So last few news tidbits, mostly kind of nothing news, but just I have them. Terry Crews just randomly tweeted this past week to localize Mother 3. No reason.
That was weird.
He just did it. He really wants it for whatever reason.
what is it?
Mother
video game man.
So Mother 3, so Earthbound, like Ness from Smash Bros. Are you familiar with that game series, Ralph?
One more time.
Earthbound, like Ness.
Yeah, I know Earthbound.
Okay, yeah. So Earthbound is technically Mother 2. Mother 3, which is the game Lucas is from, has never been localized to the United States. And people have been asking for it for literally like almost 2 decades.
But Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo, they not doing it for whatever reason. And apparently Terry Crews has had enough. So, yeah, just an interesting little funny thing. Movie stuff. We got, apparently there's just multiple MCU Phase 4 movies that's just not announced yet. Probably just waiting on Disney Plus things to wrap up and what have you.
I mean, what's left?
Like anything that might come out of Loki potentially. Maybe stuff in these movies themselves that they might throw announcements for. Maybe like, especially like something after Black Widow, maybe they were waiting to announce. Like, you know, Black Widow's supposed to be out like what, a year ago at this point?
Yeah, Black Widow.
And it's delayed again too. And then as it is, they had to out a character in Falcon Winter Soldier that they wanted to out in the Black Widow movie.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just say we all know her sister is going to be the new Black Widow? Just move it along, Disney. Just announce this.
Well, we still don't know who the next Black Panther is going to be. I'm more curious about that.
I had to guess Shuri, but
I've been seeing people calling for Shuri, but I've also seen people calling for Michael B. Jordan to come back as alternate universe fucking Killmonger.
Yeah, with the whole, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, BG, as the man who hates T'Challa? Who would you rather see take up the mantle? Would you rather it be Shuri or...
Shuri!
You don't want Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger back?
I don't care. He's not Shuri.
People were calling for a cancellation not too long ago, it was a couple months ago, because she was very heavy anti-vax.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that actually, yeah.
It was just like, oh man, you too good for this. Don't. Plays
a science character, is anti-vax.
Like, I got Disney money, you delete your Twitter or you hand it off to somebody else just going, just publicity, and every now and then I'm gonna take a picture of my Starbucks and you put that up. Fluff.
The problem
No
is,
opinions. I'm not offending anybody.
The problem is
I
they
have
get-
watched this movie.
I hate Starbucks.
And then you take a picture of the screen. No opinions. just
Boy,
the fact that you watched
that
it.
was definitely a TV series.
Yup.
But the problem is, you know, they get interviewed, and what are you supposed to do when someone asks about something? Lie? Because I would.
As long as it's not a live interview, it'd be like, hey, how do you feel about this? I'm like, let me see how I feel about this. And then you text your publicist like, hey, is this okay to say? Is this cool? Am I getting canceled?
I mean, usually those interviews, they give you the questions ahead of time so you can kind of prep. That's how that shit works.
OBS, and you say it all the time. It's just like, you can ask this, you can ask this, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Unless
there's a whole bunch of preface shit in those interviews. Nothing's ever as live as you think it is on TV.
It's so weak. Just let people have a real moment. But the problem is, people have real
obviously
moments,
can't for this reason.
Yeah,
the thing is,
start learning their douchebags.
Yeah, you can't have that. You can't break the dream as it is.
Or like Tom Holland, where he's just spoiling stuff.
The fact that they had to keep half the script away from him for this movie is hilarious.
Bruh, if people are gonna people legit lie in on job applications and in interviews. Just lie in an actual interview. What do you think about vaccine? I feel like the people that need them should get them immediately.
But then what about the people who are anti-vax? They're gonna stop watching your movie. They're gonna start hate tweeting you and stuff like that.
The people that need them, get them immediately. Who needs a vaccine though? Exactly.
Do you think that they're smart enough to interpret it like that? Because it sounds like, from what I'm seeing, if it's either no and everything else.
Okay, I'll put it like this. I would rather have Disney bucks than right-wing Ben Shapiro bucks.
You right. Big right.
But I'll say this. Both of them wells are never drying up unless you pump them dry or you poison that well. Either one is limitless.
Look at the actors from the recent Star Wars movies. Every single one of them are done. Every one of them now hates Disney and they want no part of anything like that ever again.
I've seen so many interviews, especially with
Boyega,
where he's just like, would you do a show on Disney Plus with Finn? He's like, you're not gonna Disney Plus me.
Yeah, he want no part of it.
Freaking Poe is just like, you coming back? He's like, no. Just laughing while he's saying, I'm like, oh my goodness. They are saying this stuff and they are not afraid to say this stuff.
No,
Daisy Ridley, she got a little bit of fluff on her because she's the face. She's gonna be in the games and all.
No, she's done. But she's also done too.
Wasn't she just in a Star Wars one of them games?
Not that I've seen.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure she was. I remember seeing.
Battlefront 2, probably.
Battlefront 2, yeah.
But I think everybody was in there.
Yeah, everybody's in there, including Boyega's character. Once they own your likeness, they can put you in a game.
Yeah, it's just
and
like
you and they can find people who sound just like you and put that in the game.
It's just like NRS stuff.
But they would.
Yeah,
I don't think that they would do that if you're.
They
still
do.
Alive.
They do it all the time.
They do.
You got any examples?
Luke.
No, he sounds old.
No.
Do that in the Mandalorian.
No. They're in the Battlefront games.
They had old Luke.
No, they had young Luke, but it's still him.
Okay, and he sounds old, which was my point.
No, they replaced.
They didn't voice.
They didn't have Hamill voice him.
They
had somebody else voice act young Luke.
Mark Hamill sounds old. Is my point. I don't know how much clearer I can make this.
Well, the original point was they wouldn't do that with someone who's alive.
No, that was y'all point. His point was not that.
Okay.
The thing is, they could do it though. That's the thing.
Absolutely, they could do anything that they want, but people will be in an uproar.
Nah, not necessarily.
Speaking of Disney,
People are in an uproar because that dumb little side series of Avatar is getting completely recast. No, it's on Smite, as a matter of fact. They're guest characters on Smite, something that people don't care about. It's like,
Oh
these
my
ain't
God.
my Avatar people. But guess what?
I care about Smite.
Aang is a 30-year-old man, and he don't sound like that anymore. But people are still in an uproar.
I care about Smite.
You-
One of my friends works on it.
Do you care about Aang and Smite?
I do
That
care
game
about
is
my
trash.
friends working
Okay,
on it.
all right, you don't. So yeah, people do absolutely care about these things. Because the voice is the attachment.
Yes.
Especially when it's animated and you don't have the face or anything. It's like, this is just their likeness, but I'm gonna hear their voice. And if it's not that voice, it's gonna be a problem. And we've talked about this so many times. It's just like the replacement voice for Frieza, I'm feeling bad. Damien.
Not Damien. Oh,
Damon
the
Mills.
second replacement. Yeah.
Damon Mills. It's like he sounds 90% like
Chris Ayres.
Chris
Greg
Ayres, but that 10% is not right, and you can never get rid of that 10%.
It's just like
It's always gonna be a little weird.
with Rambo and NRS and Mortal Kombat 11. They got the voice, they got the dude to play him, but everybody's like, he sounds way older than
Yeah.
he should.
Sylvester Stallone, he sounds like a 60, 70-year-old man, but you got this 30-year-old Rambo voice face on screen, and you're like, this ain't it. He sounds terrible. But then you look over to Arnold, and they got a voice match, and he sounds terrible.
The worst.
I guess that's kind of a no-win situation.
It's so
I
hard.
mean,
because,
get a
like,
better Arnold.
You know what?
That would have been the win.
I feel like it's
There's so
like,
many comedians that do Arnold Schwarzenegger that
Yeah, the dude that they got, he sounds 60%.
The
like
guy
him.
sounded
There's
like
certain-
he was imitating the imitation. Is what he sounded like.
like a Will Sasso's imitation of Arnold. Yeah, like
It's like
yeah, Crow is
taking.
another example. Crow is just like, I can understand this dude is taking it in a different place in certain situations, but Vic did such a fantastic job. You might as well have just either killed him off or just try to get somebody who voiced him so well.
and speaking of Vic,
mean-
you look at somebody like Broly. Both does not sound as good as Broly.
And he took it in a completely different direction, so he's doing a different thing. Now, there's a problem when they redub something and they put the DBZ Broly in, I think it's one of the card games, Dokkan Battle. They put him in Dokkan Battle, and it's Johnny Young Boast, and he sounds terrible. He does not give a. He's just like, you fool, you're gonna fight me with all you got. I'm a demon. Cut. I'm going to my trailer. And I'm like, you're not even trying, dude. So yeah, I'm like, I'd take Vic diddling somebody if he puts in that performance.
But at the same time,
Wow.
he sounds way better as a Sabo. I
Yeah,
think-
his Sabo is way better. Should have got him 0.1. So yeah, it's kind of a no-win situation like that. But I say, if you gotta do it the best that you can.
Mhm.
But somebody like Daisy Ridley, people were just like, Daisy Ridley right over there. Why'd you get a voice match? Aang is a 30-year-old man. You can't go back.
At the same time, Phil Lamar, he will moonwalk into a static role and sound like Static.
That man's a great.
Mhm.
Oh, like I was saying before, did you guys hear the
hold on,
controversy- Go
before
ahead.
before you transition away from Static Shock, actually, did you see that Michael B. Jordan
There is nothing called. There is nobody called Static
Yep.
Shock. There
Yep.
is no such character as Static
I
Shock.
have to look up Static Shock and pull you up a picture of Static Shock because I don't think you know the character Static Shock.
His name is Static.
Shock.
Stop calling him Static Shock.
Stop calling him
But
Static.
that fly ass intro though, superhero Static Shock.
Yes, that's the name of the Finn,
Thank you,
Finn
DA.
series.
Thank
But-
you, DA.
It ain't. He ain't.
Are you sure? Michael B. Jordan says he is.
Michael B. Jordan is an idiot.
I don't think so. He was a part
Michael
of
B.
Genlock.
Jordan. He put his name on Genlock. Like, yeah, I'm proud of this.
Do y'all
Everybody
remember that
watch Genlock.
performance?
Let the good times roll.
Oh, this is exactly what I thought would happen.
As I was
But-
saying,
That show's
Did
getting
you
a
hear-
second season.
what is?
Is it really?
Genlock, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, we already know about that.
Gross.
Disney put out the season finale for Amphibia, and everybody's just like, yay, 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 yay. But there's a part of the scene where I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's some violence that happens. Somebody actually dies. On screen, chest, boom, death. Disney was like, nope, take that off. Now all the animators are like, well, we're getting screwed for this because this goes into ratings and whether we get renewed or not, and if we get bonuses and all this extra, and they're just taking it down to re-edit it, however they're gonna re-edit it, and we don't get the ratings or anything right now.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, all these animators are coming out against Disney. The dude from what's that Train series? Something Train?
Train spotting.
No.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
No.
Here comes a murder train a coming.
No. Sounds interesting though.
Train.
Infinity
Hype
Train.
Train, something like that. Infinity Train. That's what I'm looking for. Infinity Train, dude. All these animators are just like, Disney, you suck. And one of them's currently working at Disney, and he's just like, they're like, won't you get in trouble? He's like, I don't give a shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're both, dude. What's even the point?
That kind of goes into something I keep. It's actually popped up in my timeline quite a bit now. That like for like Cartoon Network or any kind of children's network, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney, what have you. Basically, it is so hard to get a children's show accepted that doesn't have a child protagonist. The only way that you can have an adult protagonist is if it's an established superhero franchise.
But that's kind of like shonen stuff.
In a
How
way,
many
yes. In a way,
young
no.
male protagonists are there for shonen?
But that's the thing though. Is it's like if you have a good idea with an adult protagonist for a children's show, it's not going to even get past pitch. So yeah, just interesting, weird stuff with animation. Last few tidbits. The Last of Us movie, which has been canceled. They
Good.
released the reasons why, and it was mainly that the studio was trying to push for more action scenes and make it a more action-focused movie. And I will say, Neil Druckmann, kudos for sticking to your guns. Basically, they kept trying to push it, and he's just like, no, movie's canceled.
So now it's a TV series, and they're just like, yep, now we get it.
Yep. So yeah, despite the controversy of his vision, he's sticking to it.
Ah.
We got Invincible, animated show, got renewed for 2 more seasons.
As well.
So good.
Really good.
I need to start it.
The season finale ended frame for frame, dialogue by dialogue, with how the comic version did it. I love it so much. And Simmons is amazing as
He's
Omni-Man.
ridiculous. He's stupid good.
Unreal good.
Now, I have a question. Invincible absolutely is very good. But is it being propped up simply because we're not used to a lot of blood and gore in our
That's the
anime?
thing. That is the exact thing. It's a very fun story. The artistic side of it is very cool. It's very old school in the way it's done, but the fact that it's old school and it actually brings in blood, gore, and very deep realism to this whole scenario, that's what makes it so popular. That's what makes it so quote unquote good.
Because I remember it was Justice League Dark, like the last Justice League Dark
Yes.
movie,
My
which had
goodness.
all, and it's just like that movie is so mid,
It's
Oh, yeah.
gratuitous.
but it's just like there's blood everywhere, and people like, this is the hypest ever, yo. And I'm like, did y'all watch the movie, and did y'all just see blood splatter?
It's just okay, but because everyone's getting fucked up, it's a new way of taking the old takes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people love that. But I will say, every one of the articles I read talking about the season, you know, the main focus they keep bringing up is, oh, you know, the blood and gore is such a refreshing take on this, you know, cliche art type. So people are definitely attached to it because of that. Again, the old school art type playing off the old school super, like Silver Age almost hero type designs with the modern take brutality. But personally, I like the story. I think it's fun. I love the characters. I think the way they brought Cecil in earlier this season, the way that the changing of things up that they've been doing, because the comic you don't see Cecil until after the events of this season.
Yep.
The fact that they brought him in earlier made so much more canonical sense. So like the show is definitely taking what the comic didn't get going early enough and is fixing that. So they're doing it well.
I'll say this: it could have been one episode shorter. They could have just been 2 episodes that were just mushed into one because the girlfriend drama just went on for a little bit too long.
Agreed.
It's like,
Agreed.
I got it. I don't care. Let's move on with this. And they would just keep coming back to this. I'm like, the Omni-Man stuff is the most interesting stuff in this series, and y'all
Ooh.
just keep coming back to this. And I'm like,
And
come on now.
and it's just gonna get better.
So yeah, that's
Nolan
that's
is
my
a
only
shit
complaint.
person.
That's my one complaint where I'm just like, they keep coming back to this, and I
Yeah,
understand
the
that it's
relationship-
important.
The relationship stuff was added.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's way less than the. It sounds like it was way less in the comic.
it could have
It was.
definitely been shut.
But I think people
cut
wanted.
down.
I think they were trying to humanize Mark a bit more because in the comic, I think people were saying that Mark didn't. His actions kind of didn't make sense because they didn't see him as being quote unquote humanized. You know, like not they didn't understand. Like, you couldn't
People
believe
are dummies.
exactly. But because of that, they were like, okay, well now his he's human girlfriend. He loves human. He love Earth. I get. It makes sense. Caveman say yay.
But they could have did the same thing and just been his mom. Like, he loves Earth. He loves the people at his school.
Well,
Like,
they do that. They kind of do that with the very last interaction you see with him and his mom in this past episode. I'm not. You haven't watched it yet, right, PG?
I read the comic.
Okay, so you know how
Hold
Mark.
on, but Mike has it though.
I don't care.
I'll say
Okay.
this. I'll say this. The mom is barely a character in the first
Yes.
little arc of the comics. In the show, she is an actual character, and you could have
Yes.
just cut the girlfriend stuff out and just
Agreed.
had the mama stuff.
See, yeah. So that could have been the way
Legit.
to humanize it.
The way Mark comes into the house, starts floating, just like he always did. Always wanted to be his dad. And then when the mom goes and he sees her crying, he walks back up the stairs as like okay, I'm gonna do this the human way. Like the iconography was cool, like the imagery and the way they showed him in respect to both his powers and his personality. It was really well done. Like the imagery fit, and it made his whole thing more believable to me. I'm really looking forward to season 2 because there's just so much meat about to come in season 2. Season 1 is literally just all set up.
I will say around season 5-ish, maybe even 4, it takes a little bit of a downturn.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I
Which
really
part?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
No,
I also didn't
just-
like the ending of Invincible.
Oh, I agree. I can agree with that. I've not. I've read most of the comic, but I've also
No, I
seen the
read
entire
it.
plot.
I didn't like the ending. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
I'm not gonna say any more on it because there are people that want to experience it.
That's
and
fair,
they
that's
wanna
fair.
Experience it through animation. I will say though, before we move on, this is just another pin in the. This is how you make Superman interesting stuff, and it pisses me off.
No, but
Oh
this is.
Omni
You don't
Man is the
understand.
Clark Kent of the Snyder Cut.
I'm so pissed off that you don't understand Superman and how to do Superman well. And this would be how to do it. Beat for
Omni
beat.
Man is the best Clark Kent.
No changes.
People, it's obvious that people see Superman through actions and not the character, and they don't see how it's interesting for a hero to be that strong, to have that many abilities, that smart, that fast, to overcome trials, because the trials have to be so grandiose that they don't see how it's overcome, and that's not interesting to them. But
Nope.
as a villain, having heroes overcome that is super duper interesting. That's why they hate Superman, as opposed to just understanding that Superman is about the character of Clark Kent and his family and the things he can do, as opposed to the things he does do.
Counterpoint. Evil.
Cool. I guess that's all you needed to say.
Bad Superman. Retort?
The good didn't work. Why the punching? I never understood that. It's such a great line and great little moment. He's the best live action Superman in history.
Okay,
What? Superman and Lois, you think coward?
Okay, but do you know the superhero Homelander?
Yes.
Yes, he's very similar to Superman, but he's evil. Don't you think that would be better? Like, if Superman were to do that?
Well, no, DA, though. But they did do that. There's this game series called Injustice Gods Among Us.
Yo, and that had like a Superman person named Superman, but he was evil Superman.
Yes, they did.
And that was really interesting because Superman has all that power and he's evil.
Obviously the best Superman story out there.
You know what the interesting ending was? Superman's ending. Batman's where the heroes win was such trash, and I was just like, I don't care about the third game if this is the ending. But Superman's ending of he takes over everybody in Earth.
Oh, evil Superman.
Yes, that was super duper interesting.
Evil Superman good, right?
Not necessarily. Not inherently.
Well, wait a second. Evil Superman.
Gavin!
Wait. Are you still with me? Evil Superman. All right, you still with me?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Affirm. No, that was a denial. Affirm. No. Yes.
No.
EG, you're reading. You're not reading the script right.
Gavin, I understand CW show stuff, and it does have some teenage drama in there with his kids, but watch it, you coward.
Can't just call people cowards.
Yes, I can. Anybody not watching Superman and Lois is a f***ing coward.
It's not right.
It's not right that they're not watching it. The best Superman hero Superman portrayal you will ever see on screen. Yeah, you remain a coward then, you coward.
I believe I had a discussion with you about cowardice, and you relented to being a bum, not a coward.
I never relented.
Are you not offering Gavin that same amnesty?
No, coward. He's afraid to watch it because it's CW stuff. He legit said, CW has tainted me, and I'm afraid to watch it now.
He can be a bum that can evolve to a coward at level 35.
No.
It doesn't have to
level
be a coward
35.
No, he's a coward. And anybody else in that same boat refusing to watch Superman and Lois are cowards. Not bums, not leveling up into cowardice. Just pure and simple, unadulterated, unfiltered coward.
I don't think that's fair. People got lives to live.
It's not fair. I gotta fight for Superman at least once a month.
All right, last few little tidbits of news. The HBO Green Lantern series has casted its Guy Gardner.
Oof.
I will say this. I hate the breaks off of Guy Gardner, but John Cena would have been a great one.
Ooh.
He would have been really good.
They got a guy named Finn Whitrock.
That name is douchey enough. He's going to be a great Guy Gardner.
Apparently, he was in American Horror Story. That's all I recognized.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Guy Gardner sucks balls. The worst Green Lantern.
The worst Green
The
Lantern.
worst Green Lantern. Worse than Kyle Rayner. Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, anybody else you can name. The worst American on earth Green
I was about
Lantern.
to say, isn't there a cat Green Lantern? Surely
Better.
not. Oh no,
Better.
Mr. Whiskers.
Mr.
Dexter is
Whiskers.
way better than him. That's the red one. The Squirrel Green Lantern, amazing.
Nah,
He sucks.
you're a coward for saying that.
Whatever.
And then the last little thing is the Oscars happened.
Dude, so the Oscars had a Rotten Tomato rating.
Oh no.
Oh, y'all didn't see that? Dude.
Oh, the thing I did see something else though.
What?
So people put a side-by-side list of total viewership of the Oscars over the last 5 years and the video game awards over the last 5 years. And it almost is a flip-flop of viewership.
Yeesh.
Where at the peak Oscars was like in the 20-30 millions and it's down to like 8 million this past year. And Game Awards was like at around 8 million, and it had around 30 million viewers this past Game Awards. That was the quarantine one too.
Huh.
So yeah, like I was just like, wow, that is. It's almost unbelievable, just because the video game wars it is its own kind of schlock, but at least it has trailers.
It's schlock, but it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't
the
get
Oscars are so dry.
Yeah. You don't get It Takes Two developer saying fuck EA and flipping off the camera. Which I need to play that game. I just need someone to play it with.
Yeah.
The only thing of note that happened at the Oscars that just like I thought was good was so Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor for The Father, and in his speech he honored Chadwick Boseman, which was very
I forgot about the Chadwick Boseman actual award.
Oof.
Oh wait, they made a statue that looked like shit, right?
Uh-huh.
Like trash.
Hot garbage.
It looked, dude.
The Bozeman to say, like, we didn't sign off on this.
Yeah.
Who is this? Why'd they make a statue of the Candy Man?
Oh boy. But yeah, that's the only thing of note that I saw out of that. I'm like, that was nice. Like Anthony Hopkins class act. But yeah, the rest of it I could.
He wasn't even there too, right? Like he was off screen.
Oh yeah. He ain't risking shit for that.
Oh man.
Yeah. He's like well into his 80s at this point. Yeah, the rest of it I like Soul was like the only animated movie that was kind of worth anything. I don't think there was even any anime movies that were in that category this year.
It's sad. No, there was the one where the two aliens go on a road trip or whatever.
Don't even know what that is.
That happened.
But yeah, that is all I have for news. So unless we have anything else to talk about,
Nope.
Ezza, you are very late.
Watch Superman. Watch Superman and Lois, you cowards.
You're not cowards if you simply don't have the time or the motivation to watch something.
Yes, you are. You afraid of actually liking Superman.
Nah.
Stop being a coward, you cowards.
But
Watch it.
I don't think that's fair.
But Batman is superior because he always has time to plan.
Prep time.
Prep
Prep
time.
time Batman is the biggest meme.
Prep time and
Dude,
evil Superman.
when I saw that tweet, I got a hearty laugh out of that.
It's the biggest meme. I'm so tired. Mother said he would take down Omni-Man with prep time.
You don't think so?
Legitimately.
You don't think so? Let's hear the argument. Oh, you can't.
He's Batman.
You can't. Here
and
comes
he's
the facts.
Omni-Man.
BG, didn't you or DA? Didn't you just debate someone that Batman could take down Godzilla with prep time?
Yeah, he did.
You did indeed.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
Twitter. Yeah.
been a crazy
'Cause,
life, huh?
yeah, I asked him, like, was it a suit? And you're like, yep, it was a suit. Oh, boy. All right. Fact Man, what we got?
Now, I was looking up facts about sleep, and I found two facts right next to each other that I found pretty hilarious.
Okay.
So, the average person can survive 2 weeks without water, but only 10 days without sleep. That's a pretty good fact. But then the next fact is the record for the longest period without sleep in the Guinness Book of World Records is 18 days. They no longer track it for fear of participants will suffer ill effects. Now, those two things can't exist right next to each other.
Ah,
You can't go 10 days without sleep. But the record's 18 days, so, you know. It was just right next to each other. I'm like, wow.
Because, yeah, I think, like, basically, like, day 5, you just start hallucinating and going crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when the micro sleeps happen earlier than that. So I don't see on what's the circumstances of you unless it's like one of them weird Russian torture things where they just like play rabbits getting slaughtered over and over and over again, and that's like one of the most horrific sounds that you can hear.
Oh yeah, rabbit screaming.
Yeah, so if you just play that over and over, it's like I'm never sleeping again, at least not for 18 days.
Hey, Gotta did it for like 10 years.
What,
And he was very mentally stable.
what,
was he?
There's some kind of, what movie was that? Some kind of sci-fi movie. I think it was Natalie Portman. It was like, it had like a weird hairless bear in it.
Annihilation?
I think it might have been Annihilation. Where it screamed where like it started as like a bear growl, but then it just was like
Yep, Annihilation. Annihilation is a tremendous movie. And everyone should watch it. You cowards.
No.
Now I won't fault you for watching Annihilation because it can be kind of dry. Especially that ending. That ending is uber dry.
But yeah,
But my God, watch it.
I had the sleep thing. I was literally an extra in a scene of a show that is totally about like staying up for long periods of time and the fucked up shit it does to you.
I've done, I think, 32 hours, and I thought I was gonna die.
It is so bad.
After like 20, it's just like your body's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, we just about every Matsuri-con, we unfortunately see that with Kelly.
Yeah.
She is not in a good way those weekends.
No, never is.
Oh boy. Yeah, get your 8 hours, people, or 6. 6 sometimes
Just
works.
get something.
Yeah.
People say, I think the scientists say that 7 is the perfect number.
7 to 8, depending on your stress level. If you have a high physical impact job, 8. If you have a sedentary job, 7.
Okay. All right. With that, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you next week.
Later.